How you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad, guys. How are you? What do I owe the pleasure?
I know we don't exactly wake up around the same time. Probably a series of things that we should probably discuss. So we tried to handle this over the weekend, but there has been a number of pressing matters between, well, a series of things. Sparks, if you could you hand him the letter for us, please?
Absolutely. So I'll be sharing with you a document. It's just noted as a letter. Mayor Wallace, what is your state ID?
3819.
3819, you said?
Yes, 381.
Okay. That has been shared with you in your documents app.
Perfect.
If you'd like, I can read you the letter as you go along.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let me know when you have that copy available.
We might need to yell in here, by the way.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, it is soundproof from the so nobody will hear you outside.
Copy.
You can scream as loud as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. I've got this fella.
So this is to Mayor Wallace. We hope this letter finds you and your administration well. In an effort for full transparency and cooperation for you and your administration, please consider this letter an official notice. Pursuant to the mandate and directive of the state of San Andreas and via San Andreas State Marshals and Correctional Officers Act, legislation 9412, this notice that prior to the receipt of this letter to you, your administration, your current chief of police, Kyle Pred, has been indefinitely suspended pending investigation, including felonious charges. Further details will be provided as the investigation concludes. It has been with great consideration that these charges are pressed, and they are not done so lightly. We encourage you to review the forthcoming information carefully, as your actions beyond our own can be pursued as necessary and as you see fit, should it seem necessary by you and your administration. Once public, should you require any further information, please feel free to contact the San Andreas State Marshal's Office. And we look forward to working with you and your administration. With the highest regards, Marshal Skylar Sparks.
Perfect. Understood.
All right.
So
we
obviously it's... Go ahead, Director.
We want to make sure that you were advised of this. We were contemplating back and forth whether to first suspend him or first notify you. We ultimately decided, with you being the highest authority of Los Santos County, it is incumbent that you know this is occurring before it does, so that in the event he were suspended and you were unavailable, you wouldn't have a time span in which you did not have this information. So
no, I mean, I appreciate you. You contacted me and let me know.
Yep, absolutely.
I do appreciate that.
So, after we are done answering any of your questions, obviously there are some matters, just simply due to the nature of the charges and the investigation, we won't be able to go into strict detail of. But following that, we are going to be calling in Pred, if you so choose, and suspending him with your presence. Alternatively, we can suspend him separately, but we'll leave that up to you. It is ultimately your chief.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Obviously, it's your guys' investigation that you've conducted. I'm not sure what he may or might have done to warrant this. But obviously, I put faith in you guys as the state marshals, to be conducting your jobs effectively. I mean, if he has done.
Just Daisy, please.
Okay. See, Daisy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
You guys can go then.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let me let me just let him know real quick.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, nothing personal. Y'all are free to stay outside. We just don't want y'all to.
That's okay. The legislative authority meeting's here anyways, right?
Yeah. We just don't want you guys. You'll see what's about to happen. I don't want it to get too dicey for y'all. So
That's fine. That's fine.
yeah. All right.
Also, the legislative meeting's happening there, right? Like in the other room?
I'd assume, yeah.
I will stick around.
Yeah. Just walk over that way. So.
Y'all ever seen that movie?
Daisy, just for your knowledge, we don't want to turn this into a spectacle. You know what I mean? So, not that they would, but we've asked Daisy. Yep.
Yeah, they got on duty right after the meeting, and I didn't know if you wanted more or if it was just me. So I just brought
No.
the case.
Yeah, you're good. We've asked the Daisy Dukakis, who is the highest ranking member of BCSO, who is available at the about 40 minutes ago, as a neutral party, so that if there is any wrongdoing or any missteps or whatever, there is a separate witness.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, so
Okay.
yeah, where do we go from here? Do you want me to call him down?
Sure, unless you have any preemptive. Daisy, we're about to suspend Chief of Police Kyle Pred.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Uh,
I trust fully in your guys' investigations. At the end of the day, that's yeah. I mean, if there's charges to be brought against him, I trust you'll do that.
So for full transparency, Mayor Wallace, I'll give you what we will give him because he will be a criminal defendant and the probable cause to the charges. Currently, he's looking at 3 charges: 1 times assault and battery, 1 times criminal threats, and 1 times unlawful imprisonment. There are pending felonious charges on top of that, but right now we're finalizing the rest of those charges. If you'd like further details, I'm happy to give that concerning who he assaulted.
Yeah. I mean, when did this occur?
On the 2nd of January, in the mid-afternoon, he held a medic by the throat and gave him threats to stab him in the throat. Medical reports corroborate this. Witness statements corroborate this.
Interesting. Well, that's not behavior of a chief of police.
yeah,
Especially not of my LSPD anyway.
no.
No, and I encourage you to critically look at all the evidence that will be filed on the docket to form your own opinion, obviously.
No, 100%. Like I say, I fully support you guys in the work that you do now. So I'm not here to stand in the way of that. If there's anything I can do to further aid investigation or help with anything, just please let me know.
Okay.
Of course, we'll do. Director, I'm ready for Chief of Police
Okay.
to answer.
Yep. Denzel, feel free to give him a ring unless he would like us to give him a ring.
Are you ready? Will you be able to come to the mayor's office? I think you probably want to be on your own for this one. Okay, see you soon, mate. Yeah, he's on his way. I think he was coming to the legislative meeting, so yeah, he's got to change of plans.
Oh, that is today.
Yeah, in a moment.
Yeah. Following this, we will afford him the ability to give his side of things on recording if he so wishes to do so. Sparks, I leave that to you. So
Copy.
if there is his side, he's free to provide that as he pleases, and we will definitely take that into consideration and weigh it against the evidence that we do have. But just so you're aware, there, Mayor Denzel, we deal with a.
Hey, nah, you on freak?
Stand by. Send it.
Deputy Mayor is out front. Is he finally coming?
Negative. That will be the prerogative of the mayor after actions are taken.
10-4.
Yep.
So just keep everybody out there for now from my cabinet, and I'll speak to them afterwards.
Yeah,
Keep it
yeah.
makes it easier.
all right myself. Well,
Obviously, that letter is directed to you and your administration.
like
It is your
everybody
prerogative to
gets it like that.
administer as seen fit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, like you say, I think we're trying to get this over and done with here, not cause a massive spectacle, and then we'll.
Yeah.
I think it's fell at a very unfortunate time because everybody else is in the building for the legislative meeting, which is in the room across.
Which not the
Yeah.
intention, mind you. We acted
Well,
as quickly as we could.
I understand that.
We process a series of law enforcement complaints. I think you'll notice when the filing does occur that this was something that we simply could not act in, which is unfortunate, kind of due to the direction of things. But at the end of the day, people need to trust law enforcement, and
How tiny he looks on that bench.
oh, here he is. All right.
Hey, what's up, Aldo?
We have the chief of police outside.
Hey, from just him, please.
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Do we have keys to this door?
No, you don't.
We got keys to this door.
Yeah.
I don't think we have keys
Yeah,
to
we-
this
we
door.
got
Can we
keys
get
to the
someone
door.
to?
Go right ahead.
We do have keys to the door.
Hey, from just got confirmation.
Okay.
I'll bring some round for all the marshals. You know, you never know when one day I might need you
Ooh.
to come in and rescue me.
Hey, I appreciate that,
Well,
Mayor.
hopefully that won't be the case, sir.
Yeah, come on in.
All right.
I can't wait to see this.
All right. Sparks, go right ahead.
Hello, Chief. Hello, Captain.
How you doing, Sparks?
Fairly good. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good.
Hi.
Hello. Well, Chief Pred, it is at this time that via the authority given to us by the state and via legislation 9214, you are hereby indefinitely suspended from all law enforcement duties and positions as your ranking of Chief of Police.
What?
Where's the warrant?
Understand that this comes with criminal charges, including felonious criminal charges that will be filed on the docket within a few days.
What the fuck? All right, hold on, pause. Doesn't it say in the legislation that you just cited that you have to state probable cause to me before taking action? Doesn't that illicitly stated in the article? So how can you move forward saying we have probable cause, you're suspended, but nobody gets to see it for a couple days?
Would you like the
How does
probable
that
cause
work?
for the charges, Mr. Pred?
I wouldn't just love the probable cause for the charges. I would love everything turned over to me immediately.
Well, as a criminal defendant, you are allowed probable cause.
Criminal
So at this
defendant?
time,
Up. You can't. Hold on, pause. I'm still the chief of police.
Unfortunately, you're not as of a few seconds ago.
So then
Mr.
you're
Pred,
telling me as a civilian you don't have to inform me of why you're prosecuting me?
Well, Mr.
Hold
Pred,
on.
at this time, you're
So
facing
which is
one
it?
times
Am I a
assault and battery,
civilian or am I a
one
chief of
times
police?
criminal threats, one times unlawful imprisonment.
Proof.
Due
Probable
to
cause.
multiple witness statements, including medical reports, you held a medic up by their throat and threatened to stab them to enter the ICU
How many
without
people
critical
said
reason.
that? Well, hold on, pause. How many people said I did that?
Here's what's happening here, Pred. You are suspended. Now there is
Pending
a
no
process.
probable cause.
There is a process for this. You can look it up
That
yourself.
state's probable
However-
cause has to be established.
However, this is not a courtroom.
But your legislation
This
states
is
probable
not a
cause has to
courtroom,
be
Pred.
established. But your legislation states probable cause
It's
has
a
to be
great argument
established,
for
Knight.
court there, Pred.
All right, so hold on, pause. Are we just not following the legislation that says what causes
No,
for
the
suspension?
legislation is being followed, and if you believe that it is not being followed, if you will let her finish, if you believe
Okay,
that
let's
there
hear it.
is any wrongdoing, you are more than welcome to present that. In fact, you are more than welcome to present a case where there should be alterations made. However, this is not a courtroom, so I advise that you remain professional. Allow
Remain
her to
professional. You guys
finish.
have been targeting me over some
Allow
bullshit.
her to finish.
You know this is he said, she said bullshit.
Allow
and you're
her to
prosecuting
finish.
me over what? One person saying something? Guess what? Brian Knight punched me in the car on the way here. Suspend them.
Okay.
Who's going to... Hey, none of you guys saw it.
Well,
This
Mr.
is
why-
Pred, you're welcome to
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
clarify in a
Let's
recorded
hear it.
interview if you would like. I would love to
Recorded
hear it.
interview?
Absolutely.
You will not have my cooperation. You will only have my vindication. Okay?
Understood.
I'm going to tell you something. Because here's the thing, right? You
Mhm.
guys want to go through with this? Fine. But I'm coming for all your fucking badges. All right? I'm not
Okay.
coming for legislative rewrite. You guys don't get to fuck with me like this and just get away with it. Who the fuck do you think you are? All right.
With the state marshal's Brett. Now,
not for long, Knight. And remember who put you there, you fucking dog. Lying sack of shit. Dirty birdie. Give me what's the PC at? Let's hear it.
Wait, hold on.
Right,
Pause. Pause. You put me here?
I did put you there, yeah. Let me hear the probable cause. This isn't about you. It's about me. No one gives a fuck about you.
Okay.
Tell me the probable cause, Miss Sparks.
Doesn't seem that way. Go ahead, Sparks, if you don't mind completing what you had to say before you were rudely interrupted.
I stated the probable cause, Mr. Bud, if you were too busy speaking over me.
How is that probable cause? Wait, hold on.
I advised you the probable cause. You're welcome to get an attorney.
It's not advising me of probable cause.
I did.
You just advised me of charges. You advised me of charges. Dukakis, you're a fucking witness to this.
She is a witness.
I am an uninvolved witness as to just your guys' meeting.
If to avoid any confusion, let's have her speak. After
all right,
which
start from the beginning.
you speak.
Let's start from the beginning.
All right.
Yeah, my note.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
How you doing, Jim?
So we'll go ahead and go with the timeline. 1 times assault and battery. Probable cause for that charge. With the witness statement, timeline of events, as well as a medical report that corroborates the situation. You're being charged with assault and battery against the medic. You have 1 times criminal threats. During the assault and battery, you threatened to stab them in the neck to force them to open the doors in the ICU. 1 times unlawful imprisonment.
None of this is true, by the way.
For holding the medic there, forcing them to enter the building. As well as other possible charges that could be placed on the docket associated therein.
What do you mean? All right, so here's the thing, right?
Those are the 3 charges that have full.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Hold on. You know what you just said, how that sounds? You're
welcome to provide your opinion, Mr. Pred.
What do you mean provide my opinion? Because I'm providing facts.
We would love to hear your side of things. However, that will be done in a formal setting.
What do you mean that'll be done in a formal setting?
On recording, if you so choose. However, the decision has been made. The decision has been made, and that may make you feel a certain way. However,
what do you mean feel a certain way? Yeah, because
do you have any other questions?
So are you ignoring my statement?
I'm ignoring.
Here's what I want to ask.
I'm ignoring the hyperbole. Now,
what do you
mean? Do you have any other questions? Would you?
I'm asking a direct question here. Are you ignoring the statement that I gave to the marshals where I said I didn't do any of this? Is that
no evidence is being ignored, Pred?
So no evidence is being ignored except for my statement of claim that counteracts
statement of claim?
Yeah, my statement of claim is that I'm an innocent man that didn't do this shit. I gave the report specifically to Aldo. How can you say you have probable cause? I mean, you're not sharing anything with me. You're not showing me a fucking report. You're not showing me a fucking warrant. You're saying it's going to take multiple days to put the case up.
No.
Well, we might fucking put more charges on there too. How the hell can you stand here in front of me and tell me that this isn't malice? How can you sit here and say that this isn't a malicious attempt to defame and dethrone the chief of police? And then when I question the probable cause, you say we have a statement from an alleged victim. An alleged victim, while ignoring my statement.
There's a meeting happening.
And a medical report that corroborates that it was not self-inflicted injuries, Mr.
All right,
Fred.
but
no.
Hold on, pause.
We're gonna.
What the fuck do you mean?
You're right.
A medical report corroborating
we are gonna pause. Here's the deal here, Pred. I understand that investigations aren't your forte, but as of right now, you are suspended. If you would like to provide a statement, you are more than we're very welcome to that, and we will
provide
analyze.
I already provided you a statement.
We'll analyze the statement alongside any other questions you may have. We have some questions that we would
Mayor,
love to ask you, and then we will weigh it against the evidence. And if we believe that your statements are exonerating,
reasonable suspicion into probable cause.
It will be weighed based on that. However,
so let me ask
this is good. This will be posted on the docket. This will be posted on the docket. However, as of right now, as a suspended party and as a suspect to these crimes, we are not going to be giving you everything. That is not how it works.
What do you mean
right.
that's not how it works? I'm not just some fucking drug dealer in the street. You
No, you're
smug
a suspended
I'm the
law
chief of
enforcement
police.
officer. You were up until about 20 minutes ago.
Knight, I'm going to be honest. I've seen a lot of travesty and a lot of rage bait out of you. But even you know you're grossly overstepping on this shit.
No, I think right now the problem is, Pred, it sounds to me that there's a bit of shock occurring.
There's not
because someone
shock.
is finally
This
saying
is just
no
stupid.
after the actions that we believe you have taken. But it's going to be okay.
All right.
It's going to be fine. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it is going to be fun because after this, I get your guys' badges. I mean, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is actually beautiful. You want to go? All right, Mayor, you're a witness to all of this. Everything that all right, Dukakis, you're an unbiased witness as well. Everybody in this room is an unbiased witness. What about? She states in the probable cause.
We're not going to we're not going to have
statement,
this discussion off recording.
but fails to include the fact that they interviewed the chief of police and he said he didn't do it, and there's no witnesses outside of that. What if this guy choked him fucking self? I don't know what the fuck this guy did. I fucking like this is crazy.
You know the beautiful thing about our Constitution, and it's something that
you have unilateral power, all of it. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, they're probably
is that our Constitution puts everyone on equal footing. Being a
What
law
do you mean it
enforcement
puts-
officer, being a law enforcement officer does not give you any special privileges. That when people walk the street and they are charged,
is that a fact?
The way that they are weighed is the same way you are being weighed today. If anything,
does that apply to you though?
If anything, it does apply to me. Absolutely.
It does, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fucking interesting to know, Knight. I mean, it's real interesting some of the probable cause
We have the
that
right
I have
to
on some of
dignity,
your marshals. You have the right to dignity? Do you have the right to deprive people of their, well-being? Do you have the right to forcibly hold people against their will pending no charges? I don't know about all that, man. All that shit sounds like pretty gross. All that shit. I mean, hell, an officer could easily attest that that's fucking kidnapping. I mean, what are you guys doing with Bill Mays at the fucking hospital telling him he can't leave when he's not pending any fucking charges, Knight? I mean, what about that question for you? I mean, if he's not pending any charges, what PC do you have to
Do you have any
hold him
other
there
questions
against his
for us,
fucking
Brett?
will? I'm asking you a general question here. I mean,
Yeah.
if all it takes, if we're all on the same spectrum and the same diaphragm here, I mean, and you are a knowing
move on to
participant
phase
of
two
this,
there,
wouldn't that
Sparks.
mean you'd be an accomplice?
Yeah.
In some way, in some
Sorry,
capacity.
Director, what did you say?
We can move on to phase two. Pred, do you have any police equipment on your person?
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff, but I'll just go put it in my locker.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have you hand it over to Crystal Clear here. And
I'll go put it all in my locker and you guys can come with. How's that sound?
negative.
Oh, you refuse. So you
Yeah.
Mayor, do you see this? I propose.
You have
a
your
middle
your captain right over here.
Do you not trust your captain or your
We're
former
not going to
Mayor,
play
are
these
you seeing
games.
this?
We're not going to
Mayor,
play
are you
these
seeing
games,
this?
Fred.
This is
You can
fucking
hand her
ridiculous.
the weapons. All
Playing
right.
games. I ain't playing games no more. You ain't gonna have a job much longer.
And that's perfectly fine. If you want to take it to court, by all
Yeah.
means, right?
Oh, buddy, we ain't just stopping at court. All right.
Okay.
I'm taking your job.
Fred, let's go
Right.
ahead and hand her the weapons, please.
What are
the
you gonna
vest.
do if I refuse?
taser?
It's all right. I let one.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a simple question.
Mhm.
Do I not have the right to human dignity? Hold on, are these charges pressed against me or pending or in any capacity right now? Oh no, they're written on a fucking notepad that I don't have access to, that nobody has access to, that no one can validate or verify.
Welcome to our
So
legal
you're-
system.
Welcome to our. You guys hear this? All right, you know what? You know what? I will hand over all my stuff. It's a
Okay.
lot though. So
Thank
you
you.
guys might have to help. Let's see.
Daisy, do you mind assisting grabbing some of these things?
If I can
Hey, Daisy, you
suggest
don't
a
have
middle
to.
ground,
Yeah, go right ahead.
if one of the marshals can run and just grab an evidence box from. your
Oh,
office
that's a great
downstairs.
idea. Chapman, could you go grab a evidence box, please?
It's a lot.
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
I'm my best chief mug.
Well, if that's a personal item, Mr. Pred, you're welcome
You
to keep
alright?
that.
Yeah, all right.
Fuck you, Sparks. You're gonna be gone.
I appreciate the comments, sir.
Chapman?
Sparks, what makes you think
Chapman's
you have what it takes
grabbing
to take
an
me
evidence
down?
box
You're
here
a
just to
dumbass.
collect his police.
Thank you so much.
You're good.
Take mental note of everything you just seen. Both of you. I'm gonna need this shit for court. You saw the conduct and how they treated me today. You saw how they treated me like a fucking animal, and you saw how they did not articulate any probable cause. Thus, the only response they
Are
could
you
give me
surprised to
was
see
by
you in there?
abusing me in here, because here's the thing. They want me to flip out on them. You're not gonna get that from me. I already got you by the balls. You know, I mean, you would think in the statement of claim there's a probable cause. Pick up my trash, bitch. Not you, Clear. Clear, you don't need to pick up shit. Leave it all there for them. They can grab it. Fucking
All
weasels.
right. We're gonna have Daisy just check you once to ensure that everything has been removed.
Fred was coming up to me in MRPD and like making snarky comments in the back of my ear. And now that
Thank
the
you for your
keys are on the other
cooperation
floor,
and
all I have to
consent,
do
Mr.
is
Pred.
sit here and look pretty. I don't even have to say anything.
Pred, can you slide that vest off? Because it's
Oh, yeah, I
PE.
forgot about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, let them pick up the trash, Clear.
Right,
Hey, get
he's
the
good.
door.
All right.
You gonna get the door, or you gonna fucking stand there? Get the door, bitch. Talking to you, Knight. Get the fucking door.
Let's open the door. He's ready
Fucking
to
dog.
go. He's been suspended. All right. Best
Have
of
a
luck
good
to
day,
you.
What are you fucking talking
Have a
about
good day,
out here,
Captain.
cocksucker? The fuck you running your mouth about? Fucking henchman. Don't even know
You
your
looking
name.
pretty.
All right. Thank you so much for attending there, Daisy.
Yeah, no problem.
Ooh.
I don't know your
Mayor
name.
Wallace, is there anything in the future
Oh,
that
that
you would
ship
have
three
suggest
meeting
that
when
you
you
would
came up and
suggest
you worked
as
with
the
Sweet
sitting
Up
mayor
and
that we could have
everybody?
handled
What's
better
your name?
concerning the situation that you
What's
just
your name?
observed?
Flores, the better
Something you
I
would like to
mean,
see better concerning your
Flores? Oh,
administration
yeah,
and
the
the
guy,
LSPD.
the dumbass, yeah. Flores, you
Hey, I
think
mean, I
you're
think
any
that's
better than
it,
that? That's
it
pretty
just
dumbass
depends
for
on a
that.
case-by-case
Hey, you
basis,
won't be
right?
a
I don't
bad
think
foot
the way
soldier
that
when I
Yeah.
take Knight's job.
you know, the way that it was done was
I'd
inherently
love to see that.
wrong. I just I think it will depend on you know,
Mm.
the individual that's being suspended.
Yeah, I think quite truthfully, in some of these incidents, we could actually arrest them like this. However, we're sort of choosing to do it in a manner in which I think it's important for the public to be witness to the evidence that is put forward, as arresting someone and simply sending them up, as would anyone else on the street, would not afford the ability for the public to be witness to the evidence and make their own judgment, in the pews, but also due to the nature of the way that law enforcement operate, we would be effectively forced to make quite a few arrests of police, which probably isn't the best option.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, like I say, a suspension and the way that it was done, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that suits me fine. Obviously, you guys have got to take the next steps and do what
Yeah.
you need to do.
Okay. Is there anyone? Do you want to be making contact with the LSPD, like roads, etc., or would you like us to do so?
I mean, I will. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'll have a meeting with Commander LSPD. Obviously, if you want to do so as well, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that I kind of get them all together and have a conversation with them. as soon as I
Okay.
can.
So all we'll tell them then is that we've advised you about the situation, you were part of the meeting, and about the
Chapman's
suspension
coming back
of
Hey,
previous
Frum.
Chief Kyle Pred, and that you'll advise them direction going forward. Is that
Yeah,
sufficient?
yeah,
Mayor Wallace?
100%, yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Perfect.
Do you
worries.
mind packing all of this up? We'll throw it into the apprehension.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Like I
And
say,
if you have
it's
any other
gonna,
thought, yeah, of course. If you have any other thoughts or suggestions,
probably
please
be
let us
aware
know.
that
We're all
Fred
here to be
ran
cooperative
into the
with everyone.
legislative meeting and
So,
said
any thoughts?
and then it's
Definitely.
causing
Actually, I will ask a
problem
question.
down there.
Of course, go for it.
Hey,
Given
firm,
that
we'll be
the
right over as soon as this is
suspended,
processed.
Does that vacate the position of chief?
Yeah, he's currently chatting with Angel, asking for PC.
Technically, no.
Just make
how I
note,
view
we're
it
gonna be
and
off radio,
how
we're
me
just
and Knight discussed is that
finishing all the
we
conversations
thought you would
and stuff.
probably play an
Send for it.
interim chief instead, because he's not removed from office unless you chose to do so, which we're not suggesting to do. That is within your purview. So technically, he is still chief of police (parentheses suspended). So that is
Mm.
your call. It is your LSPD. It is your administration.
I mean, I'm
So-
not disillusioned. I have 2 weeks left in office anyway. It would be very unfair of me to elect another chief of police for 2 weeks.
Sure.
you know?
Yeah,
No, 100%.
I think
My question for you was just going to be if you had thought about a potential interim while Pred is suspended.
yeah.
Or if
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
just going to
yeah,
let it
that's,
fall to Rhodes as the assistant chief.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some conversations.
Yeah.
I think if I try and make Rhodes an interim chief, I don't think he'll be the assistant chief much longer.
I would heavily suggest once this posting is made, note that there are things that came to light post facto that need to be analyzed. When it is posted, I very much recommend looking through those details yourself. And
Yeah, no. Well, as soon as it's posted,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I familiarize myself with the full
absolutely.
full posting.
Okay.
And just to be clear, to clarify, since we're all in this room, his statement has not been ignored. So, but you'll see that in the evidence that's purported on the docket. So, do you have any other questions for us, Mayor Wallace? Happy to answer.
Yeah, no, not at this time, but yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm exactly the same. Anything you want to ask me or anything you need from me, please feel free to get in contact.
Are you going, just out of curiosity, are you running for a full election?
Yes, I am running next time.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Ready to go, Director.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, please do let me know. And did we agree that you're going to make contact with the LSPD or you would like us to as well? Or maybe we should both do it.
Yeah, we'll both do it. I think
Okay.
it makes sense, right?
We're going to advise them that he's just suspended and that there's direction from Mayor Wallace.
Yeah.
going forward, is what-
We'll send an email to Rhodes and send the same one to the highest ranking member of LSPD that's currently on duty. Okay. Easy enough. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mayor Wallace.
Thanks,
Enjoy
guys.
your meeting.
Okay. Yeah, we can roll out. Let's we'll throw up Sparks, I would throw up a report on this. And we just kind of, throw his belongings in there,
I
kind of put our
vehemently
statements in, and then we'll go from there.
I'm probably not going to have a statement until this afternoon. If that's okay.
No worries. No worries. All right. Okay. Easy.
Hey.
Reports up.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Where is the Chief Justice?
Has the legislative meeting started yet, or have they been waiting for Denzel?
Oh no, it's not happening anymore. Oh, you missed it.
Oh, wait, is it over?
It got postponed, apparently.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, easy. All right. I appreciate you, gentlemen. Please do get your statements in, even if it's just like, hey, I showed up, I listened, I provided security, you know what I mean?
Yeah, copy.
Director, are we debriefing for any capacity?
Yes. I'm gonna go up to Observatory. We'll keep an open invite for any of the marshals that have questions. I know some of you guys are waking up to this and you're probably like, what the fuck just happened? And
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've been sleeping the last 2 days getting over a cold, so I'm a bit behind.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, you're good.
It's all right.
Trust me when I say that we've been trying to protect everyone from this. This has been there was a lot of projection in that room. We wake up and we're dealing with non-stop. It's been a week.
I
only
slept
Monday.
for about 13 hours. Director, do you have anyone assigned to remove MDT access, etc.?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a good question.
I mentioned it yesterday, but I wasn't sure who handles that or how.
Yeah,
to
I
handle it,
will.
etc.,
I'll
so-
give Angel a call and see what her thoughts are.
She said she's quote unquote very busy.
I gotcha. All right. You know, I was it's more and more he talks, the more I realize how little he's actually familiar with.
I even told him directly, like, what the probable cause was as he talked over me. And then I told him that they weren't self-inflicted wounds according to medical professionals. And then 3 minutes later, he goes, "What if they were self-inflicted wounds?" Sir, you're right. It's aliens. It's aliens. But what if aliens?
Yeah.
But what if aliens?
I think the more concerning thing, and this is kind of with the trio, which at this point, I think Bobby's the more intelligent one of the three.
Jesus Christ.
Is that the arguments that he is making are inherently the arguments of that of a weed dealer in the corner of the street that is demanding things that we do not afford anybody. Could you imagine? So what he's asking for is, why are you not arresting me in the moment? We can do that. This is the same argument I was trying to get Ruby to realize yesterday, but I think she was too caught up in her feelings of you know, motherly protection of her ducklings.
Right. 100%.
That she didn't realize, like, look, you're effectively asking us to arrest people in the moment based on PC, bring him into the fucking cells, and then be like, after, you know, documenting everything, being like, so you tell me your side.
Correct.
And then when they don't say anything, you say, okay, I guess we're sending you off. See you for the appeal, right?
Yep.
It's just impressive. It may be, and part of me wonders is maybe I've just been through so many iterations that I'm aware of the whys, and maybe they aren't. And there may be a level of ignorance. I can't tell. You know, it's one of those, like, I'm searching in the dark for some brain cells that may have fallen, only to try to hand them back, but I can't find them. I'm like, where are they?
It is what it is. All right, I'll head to the observatory.
See you up there. My favorite line, I was going to say something, but I decided to be professional.
Debrief at observatory, correct?
Affirm.
And then I decided not to stir was Knight quite literally
Just a minute.
is the individual that got Turner removed and recommended Pred. To Michael many moons ago. Over the ADMC situation. I don't even know if the ADMC is aware of this. And it's all recorded and everything, right? But Knight presented an argument and said, hey, no one's doing anything about this. All this shit happened and there's no movement. They're making excuses for dastardly, like, cover up over the ADMC case and I put you. He was the last to vote. Homie voted for Knight. Homie voted for Knight because Knight was gonna win. He's too afraid to back Knight right away. Knight knows who voted and put him in place. Fred was against the idea. He voted as the last second. I don't even think his vote counted because his shit wasn't even typed in right. Let me inform Angel real quick.
Hi, Biden.
Hey, I wanted to call you to inform you that the chief of police, Alpred, has been suspended. That having been said, there are some administrative actions that I wanted to bring up to you. Specifically with a suspension and the MDT, do you have any recommendations or suggestions as to, because that's in that nebulous area of who owns it?
Are you referring to, like, Are you asking if you should like take his tags away or?
Yes. Yeah, and the keys.
I
Like the
I
clapping
think-
hands bit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That is something that is not something I would be comfortable making a judgment on.
Okay.
It
I'm
is
down to
ultimately your
do it.
authority. It is ultimately your
Yes.
authority and to suspend him. And I think you need to just keep in mind that you're the one who is making the allegations and making these determinations. So you're the one who would be best equipped to know if you should do that or not.
Okay.
Basically, is my opinion. So.
Understood. I'm gonna get some clarity from Papa Mama Bear if you know what I
Gotcha.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
understand 100%.
Easy. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, of course, you take care, Brian.
You take care. Bye. I was asking a mechanic question. I'm just gonna ask High Command 1 second.
Yeah, we're just telling you what's happening, and either you accept it or you don't.
Okay. All right. So going in.
Seven became the fucking enemy combatant of Fred.
Okay.
Yeah, those are some awesome pleasantries at the end.
All right.
At the end.
Yeah, when you walked out.
Why the fuck are you smiling, Dakota? What the hell's going on with you?
What?
Why do you seem so happy all of a sudden?
I'm not. What?
I don't know. You're like smirking.
I feel like I couldn't be smirking any less.
I can notice the smirk.
Brian, don't do that.
Don't do what?
If he's smirking,
don't
it'd
do
probably
that.
be
Don't
in
do
relation to like, we're talking about. I don't know if you heard, Knight, but he just started going off on Flores. As he was
Dakota?
leaving. Knight.
No,
I mean, I
Fred.
kept fucking Fred. Yeah.
The hell did Flores do?
Yeah, he
So,
just
okay.
fucking. He just started
when
going off
no,
on
when,
him.
when
man.
I had my major lapse of judgment that I got suspended for, I was at a shift 3 meeting and Pred came up behind me and like said some shit in the back of my ear, and I didn't think much of it. And I was telling Aldo about it, but I guess the door swung open in the middle of the conversation and Pred heard some of it. So he came out, he's like, "Why are you talking shit?" I was like, "I'm not talking shit. I was telling Aldo about when you were saying stuff to me at the meeting." And he goes, "I don't even know who you are."
And
I
he
was like, "Well, you
just- he
do
started
because you were
fucking yelling.
saying stuff to me."
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, it is what it is. I found it funny.
I'm getting.
Okay.
I did call the Chief Justice to ask about the, the hand clappy stuff. Like, hey, well, do I take the keys? What about the MDT? Like, the little gray nebulous area. She said that is our choice, which to me means I'm talking to the state right now.
I think that's a very, very good decision. If we have state guidance from the governor's office or something.
Yeah.
Since that
precisely
is his
that.
mandate anyway. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, it reasonably makes sense to remove access during a suspension and the keys. I just want to make sure that when it comes to computer system-y stuff, there isn't anything I need to worry about, like, like they lose all ability to God fucking knows, you know what I mean?
Sure. No, 100%. And I think that's the way we should do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because realistically, right, if there was a senior officer, an officer, a PPO, a captain, lieutenant, if they were decide to put a gun in someone's mouth and fire, that'd be different, right?
Yeah.
That's an easy decision, easy removal. No one in their command should have a question, but considering who it is, unfortunately, there are questions that need to be answered. So I am going to copy my template over just so that everyone involved that was at the incident, that is 38945. Obviously, that will be amended later tonight. I will start from the beginning concerning the date, situation, and timeline. Anyone have any questions so far?
Homie's tried to suggest that he strangled himself.
Yeah,
Which is not the case.
I wish he had not said that because it just makes it very unserious.
So I want to put something forward to y'all of the sort of stuff we deal with, because it may set an understanding of what likely is to come, so that this is sort of a notice of just take note as things occur, that things that you see in front of you may not be what they are. Yesterday evening, I'm working on faceless shit, which, by the way, there is a active threat right now, state level, because some shit might happen, like bombs and stuff, literally any minute now or for the next couple days, which we'll touch in a minute. And I'm sorry I've been suppressing it from you, Sparks, because we've got the Benji raids and shit. Okay.
Yep. Nope, it's fine.
Yesterday evening, I'm working on fucking faceless shit. Kingsman is coming to Marshall's. He's just gonna notify his LSPD. And we're looking over these antennas that are coming up, and we believe that all the Skynode shit is actually being transmitted to a new location, and there likely is a bomb, nuke, etc., etc. And as I'm analyzing this, I start hearing Carmine in the fucking lobby. I go over, and he wants to make a complaint about a marshal whom he does not know the name of. I then leave to get either Sparks or Norman, but they are on a active, as they have indicated me. So, and before I'm even able to get a conclusion, I forgot if it was like radio or phone or whatever it is, but what ends up happening is I hear gunshots. I walk out into the lobby, and I see Carmine Costello unloading on a fucking vehicle on the other side of the doors. And I'm like, what the fuck? And goes, he's trying to kill me. He's shooting me. And I'm like, what? So I, for that instant, think Carmine, probably not lying, because that'd be insane, right? Go and try to detain who turns out to be Crimbo. Crimbo doesn't want to identify himself. Norman and Sparks come by this point, and Crimbo is telling me that fucking that Carmine opened fire on him, which he did, and he's trying to kill him. Fast forward, I learned that the individual that they wanted to file a complaint on was Sparks. And I'm sorry for digging this up, Sparks, but this is going to be important because they're going to get targeted next. Is that this fucking dumb fuck, Carmine, as a consequence of her being the prosecutor, in a active scene, rolled up on her and Norman, but for some reason singled her out despite Norman being present in a active scene and said, they didn't help me from Crimbo, despite there being other law enforcement there. We were then gaslit into trying to get her, LSPD trying to get her disciplined over Carmine quite literally opening fire in the middle of the fucking lobby on a fear based on what occurred 30 minutes prior. My point here is there's a lot of like technicality games being played. And so just kind of be mindful of what's happening in front of you. If you feel like there's SBS, like, do not hesitate to try to contain and exit in a lawful and professional manner. Is that kind of making sense? What I mean by that?
Pretty much.
All right.
The trap.
Okay. Sorry, Sparks. Go ahead.
Okay. So on January 2nd, apparently there was an act. Some of you responded to the situation, so you already know some of it. So we'll go back to basically the beginning from what we have as far as evidence. For some reason, Kyle Pred thinks that Bill Mays and him had a conversation. It's very possible they had a phone conversation. Prior to that, the day before, Ruth had a recorded conversation with Bill Mays concerning his agreement and basically begging and crying to not have any LSPD or Kyle Pred in the room without a marshal present. That is in his emergency contacts. That hasn't changed. I have that recording from Chief Savannah Wells of EMS a day after this incident. So knowing that, according to the statements and evidence that's presented in the master document and subsequent reports, Kyle Pred attempted to go into the ICU to speak to Bill Mays. According to statements and his own statement, he was going to blow the hinges off the doors with his gun. Senior Officer Dark was able to calm him down, and they sorry, let me rephrase. A medic there, Jimmy Bolin, was going to let him in the ICU, but had to attend to something first. There was an emergency situation with people injured. Bolin attended that. Dark calmed Pred down so they didn't blast the doors off. Shortly after, sometime probably 5 to 7 minutes or less, EMT Bolin approached Pred and asked who he was. According to Bolin's statement directly, that Pred had no identifying marks as a police officer, no badge, no vest, no nothing, just a guy who existed. And so, according to EMS and SAMG SOPs, entering the ICU requires a necessity. Bolin asked him numerous times. At this time, according to state records, we can confirm that former Chief Kyle Pred, Mr. Pred, was on duty at the time an hour prior to this incident. So he's currently clocked in. This purportedly took place very fast, so it's not reasonable that an EMT would necessarily quote-unquote blip watch or check dispatch to see if the claim that was coming from Mr. Pred to be true. According to EMT Bolin, he stated, "I'm the chief of police, let me in." Reached over to EMT Bolin, held him by the throat, and threatened to stab him in the neck if he did not let him through. Bolin, of course, let him into the ICU and immediately called for 78s. That's where most of you know he came in to take statements. Any questions so far?
Nope, seems pretty clear.
No, ma'am.
Jesus.
So our probable cause.
Chat, Mays had
concerning that
nothing to
directly
do with
after that
it.
situation. 'Cause
That's such a
realistically,
distraction.
What Fred is saying is partially true. It is a he said, she said situation, right?
The main thing
we
is
have a
that he
medical
took a
report by one of the
fucking
highest ranking
EMS,
doctors within
and the EMS has
SAMG
marks around their neck.
confirming the injuries
And this
placed
is-
on
yeah.
EMT Bolin.
Whether or not Mays called is so
I'm gonna
irrelevant.
be real. There's not a possible way, if you look and read the report yourselves, that anyone could have this as self-inflicted injuries, and we will have a doctor testifying as such. So obviously the criminal threats and things like that are there, but the narrative stands. So he's most likely looking at corruption for the abuse of power, threatening to get into a non-emergency situation, possibly witness tampering, and then we're looking at a felony obstruction of medical care concerning bedside manner. I need to confirm with Bolin. Ruth does not believe that he was necessarily going to be attending the ICU patient. And then if that's the case, if we have enough probable cause, because we arrest on probable cause, not beyond a reasonable doubt, if there's enough probable cause for the felony obstruction of medical care, he'll be receiving felony authority of felony offenses, or federal authority of felony offenses for the FAFO charge. What I have currently is assault and battery, unlawful imprisonment, criminal threats, and corruption based on his statement of "I'm the chief of police" and him being on duty and assaulting an officer, not officer, an EMT. Right now, all of EMS, most of EMS that I have spoken to are scared to even respond to LEO scenes, which is in of itself a problem. So that's the situation.
Okay, good shit. All right.
Okay. That is definitely something.
I encourage everyone to review the reports and evidence, and I'd love any differing or challenging ideas. Obviously, I am just me, and me and Ruth and Knight have gone over it extensively. But any outside observers, upon review, if you have any suggestions, whether yes, no, I very much encourage you to challenge it, because this is going to be a situation that ripples
Now,
beyond what it is.
The one comment I was going to make, I made it to Ruth, and you brought it up here already, is just getting that doctor on the stand and questioning him if those wounds could even be self-caused. I think that's and you already said you want to call the doctor to the stand, so that's good. That's like the only thing I'd have on the incident.
Among, yeah, you're talking about the doctor that did the conduction of the. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
The other thing that we want to do is bring either Veronica Mars or someone who's very extensively knowledgeable in the EMS SOPs and confirm that Boland's actions were within standard operating procedure for EMS for access to the ICU.
Yes. There's also the notion of who's got the keys, who doesn't, how does that procedure work, why does it exist, why is it separated, all those sort of things, because that is something that I think the general wait, what is this? Angel said injunction has been filed against Sassam and I need availability and a representative would like to have hearing today. Did you take a look at that, Sparks? I can't see. Easy. Gonna log into my thingy. Give me a sec.
That is incredibly quick. I don't have time for that.
Well, we're just gonna say we don't have time for it today. This is not the Kyle Pred show, and due process is a thing. And unless this is something that can be afforded to all, it is not something that should be afforded to anyone today. I'm a little surprised Angel is saying she wants to have this today. That is, if I'm going to be rather forward, a little pretty cooked.
In lieu of suspension, Mr. Kyle Pred, which is for a probable cause hearing in lieu of suspension to decide if there's enough probable cause to suspend. And this is line 1 in San Andreas State Marshal's correction legislation. And he claims that there's a violation of the court order placed in for the authority conduct review. It goes against the Chief Justice order of arbitration hearing that now cannot be held. Which was a concern we had already brought up to her, which was already discussed.
Yeah.
I have basically 15 minutes. I'm not able to attend this today. But I mean, it's pretty simple. You can pull the report that I have here.
No, we're gonna do this right. It doesn't make any sense for the primary prosecutors to be put on a
because I can see this hearing lasting 2 fucking hours because the man likes to jack off to his own voice.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
Catch up later. Okay, we'll catch up in a bit.
Hey, Sparks has about 30 minutes. So she's gonna reply to the post right now. But I don't see.
Sparks going to be entering as the representative.
Correct.
Did you guys write
both herself and Ruth are the primaries on this case. Have the intimate knowledge. So if that is something, I'm gonna have her at least post something on there. But I just want to give that advisement. Given the text you just sent.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This is something that needs to happen sooner rather than later, and I don't really
100% agreed.
Want to entertain unnecessary delays for what is ultimately a probable cause hearing.
I don't disagree with that. However, I do hope it's also considered that, we just gave this notice about 15 minutes ago, and then this injunction went up, and that we ourselves also have steps that we need to take. We haven't even gotten done putting our report in for the what just occurred. I
understand.
We are considering all these things, right? Which is also why we did the suspension today instead of, waiting the next couple days and waiting for Denzel to be around and then Pred to be around, because we were going to do it yesterday, but he went off duty earlier. So,
well, sorry to be so blunt, but I'm going to be blunt here. You have the probable cause for the suspension ready to go right now, correct? Which is why it's happened.
Correct.
So why could it not be presented at this time?
Because the primary prosecutors aren't available. I mean, do we want to post? I mean, we could post the probable cause on the docket, I guess.
You could. Well, when would they be available?
I'm going to be blunt too. I am being as considerate as possible given these circumstances. And while I understand that Pred wants things done immediately, and I do recognize the position that he has, we are not his bitches or anyone else. And I do think that it is important that the individuals that put the work behind it are the ones representing it. So, I did hear some choice words that were said in that office. There are a expansive litany of things that have happened even outside of this particular set of charges that we are putting forward. And my concern is that if his scheduling, which, I get that he is the chief, but his scheduling cannot be the, I get he wants to get this stuff done ASAP, but we need to get our ducks in order as well so that due process is followed appropriately. That's kind of my concern. So
I understand.
If we have like 24 hours, that makes sense, right? If Sparks had like 2 more hours in her, we would have absolutely complied. But we spent the last 3 hours on this and getting.
Okay.
I don't want to slap some dog shit in a what could turn into dog shit if I just take what she's got, send someone up and say, hey, just read this from a piece of piece of paper. It's not going to be good. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand. Well, then here is essentially where I am at. Considering that this is similar and akin to a bench warrant review request, I'm going to put a very short time frame for you guys to respond and be available to have this hearing.
Absolutely.
Which is essentially, it needs to happen by tomorrow. So you need to get
that works. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right.
It gives us enough time to actually plan and think. Like I said, we haven't even Sparks hasn't even put her statement in for what just occurred. You know what I mean?
I got you. Well, here's what I'm going to say then to you. You guys have 24 hours to respond and get on there. We'll try and have this hearing at the latest by this time tomorrow.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
It does. May I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Is a probable cause hearing even applicable in this case?
They can request.
I asked this as a out of ignorance, right?
So what they've done is they've requested an injunction, which is within their rights to do, and is a legal mechanism that is part of our legal system.
Yeah.
They have specifically requested a probable cause hearing, which I would surmise is reasonable given that the legislation enabling you to do this requires that you have probable cause. So I think it's completely reasonable to have this probable cause demonstrated in some form or fashion.
Easy. And I'm presuming that the probable cause hearing is not going to be entering in new evidence, right?
No, it's essentially asking you to present what you've gathered and to see if you've met the burden of proof necessary to take this action.
And the reason I asked that is, as you were witness to in that ACR, there were scopes that were opened that touch currently posted docket things, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I understand. I would just advise you to but I would just post the main things that you want to reference on the injunction, the things that have actually justified your actions, because that's the main thing that we're going to be considering.
Okay, easy. All right.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and enter on the docket. I will let Fred know the new timetable, and best of luck with that, all right?
Okay, I'm going to talk to Sparks right now.
Bye.
Game in the system, man. Yeah, no, I'm not going to stand by that. We're not doing this bullshit where it's no, you got to do it right now. No. That ain't going to work. Bro, we tried to do this yesterday and homie couldn't stick around for the meeting. That was his decision. I'm not going to force someone to skip work IRL for something they worked. 24 hours is well within reason. Due process is not for a party. There are victims here. They matter as well. There isn't a singular individual affected. And that push is going to happen and is going to be demanded for. So, it's inherently inconsiderate.
Is 3891901. It's ready.
So here's I had to put my foot down during it. The short of it is this. I said, look, we have yet to even enter our statements in and debrief, as we are doing right now. And we just got done suspending him like 15, 20 minutes ago. To put a injunction up and request this on short notice is inappropriate, and it makes me question whether due process is even occurring. Ultimately, negotiated that it should be done within the next 24 hours, which I'm hoping we can do. And I said that lets us plan and get our ducks in order, so we are not presenting dog shit. I even pointed out the fact that this is not about Pred only, right? We have been considerate. Yesterday, we were supposed to have the arbitration. He couldn't make it, right? And quite frankly, this kind of goes with all things. We're not going to get into this game regardless of who it is. I don't care if you're the chief of police. I don't care if you're a felon. Everyone, prosecutor and defense, needs to be given reasonable time to take action. It's just not right. So please do post what is needed onto the docket. Also post your availability as well. And we'll kind of go from there.
Availabilities and signature.
You know, also just to I don't know if I pointed this out tonight but you were out of the room. Not only have we not even fully debriefed to put our statements in, he is still on duty while all of this is going on.
Yep.
He is still clocked in at City Hall on dispatch.
Yeah.
You know,
I would advise that, don't go overboard with what you put. Sorry, I'm ignoring a little bit there, although I'm just hyper focused on making sure we do the right thing. Put what you need to on the docket. Let them know that you are available for the probable cause hearing tomorrow at X, time frame. I would not overcook beyond what is needed because this is a game of technicalities. This is a game of the mere fact that we needed, that there was an attempt to get an injunction and right now is insane to me. So we just got to step right and remain professional, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
That was like a sub 20-minute speed run.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're fucking victims, man. Like the fuck? Due process.
They're actual.
Yeah, they're
real
actual victims. I did bring up the question: is a probable cause hearing even applicable to this?
Considering the charges aren't even pressed yet.
I'm gonna be. That's exactly something that I think is worth actually bringing up, and that I would not call a question. Look, Sparks, I said this before. People are not looking at the train. The train is leading us to do immediate arrests, right? So the next action is you go to docket. We post on the docket and we actually file a warrant. Brother, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, here's the thing.
Why is there no thinking of logic? What logic? It's man, what will happen if I get on this train? Well, did you look at where the train is going? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
They say they're treating me like animals, and subsequently we're treating them with professionalism. At some point, director, when do we treat them like animals and drag them around on the chain and throw them in the backyard? Like we do for every other civilian.
What is my probable cause? Says probable cause.
That's not probable cause.
Interrupts to 5 words in. What do you mean?
Yep.
Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you take out your magnifying glass? The fuck? So
I don't know. To me, there's just a little bit of it's just a little crazy to me doing all this, filing an injunction, doing all this shit, and still not even meeting the suspension. Still not even clocking off duty and doing it as a civilian.
Still clocked on, getting paid.
Take note of that.
Yeah, I brought it up. It's yeah.
I think you need to go ahead and post that on the docket as well.
Sure.
In fact, make a I don't know what it's called, but make it a demand. You know, like he needs to be clocked out. He is currently suspended.
All right. 38901 is ready for review. That is the report with the 4 charges that we currently have for release as far as probable cause. That includes assault and battery, criminal threats, unlawful imprisonment, and corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say the report number one more time?
Going forward, by the way, don't put me.
38901.
I know y'all have been doing this, but let's not do it in future. Put me as the, I think it makes sense from a professional perspective to be putting me on the, on the docket as a prosecutor. I think we need to stop doing that because it is being abused, as we were saying, right? Because the inference is that, hey, Brian, why are you not the lead prosecutor while you are directing quite literally 20 different things? Is that fair? Does that make sense, everyone?
I mean, like something you're not involved in. That makes sense.
that's exactly it. Like, hey, man, I'm there to jump in and get involved when asked. Absolutely. But I don't want that to be used as a these gotchas, right?
I'm not even sure how it would be a gotcha, but I understand.
Well, a gotcha in the sense that, oh, you're also a prosecutor on this case. So the ACR, for example, I was put on there,
right.
And I get why, but the thing is, we're in San Andreas, so in the event, let's say I could have been dragged up there and be like, oh, but you're a named prosecutor, and I would have went up there and been like, I don't know what the fuck the plan is with this.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Even in the ACR, I was a little surprised you were on there. I was way more surprised Ruth was on there. I thought she would have been like a witness to the ACR stuff rather than a presenter.
As a part of your response, you should make note that what you actually stated and the actions thereof, or maybe we provide that tomorrow, he was provided with probable cause, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Man, I got to pull this up. Let me see what the fuck he wrote on this. Let me look at the details.
It's just Peepo Shy. Please give us the information, even though you already gave us the information, Peepo Shy. It says 12:30 p.m. EST tomorrow. Present the probable cause at a hearing tomorrow on January 6th. So I need someone there to be able to present the probable cause.
Ooh, are you able to be present?
No, this cannot continue to happen.
Oh, this scheduled at 12:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Can you ask
PDT.
what time can you be? Can you be earlier or later? By how much?
No, I'm shift 2, shift 3 early in the weekdays. It's
Um,
gonna have to be someone. I mean, I can have it all prepared, but
yeah. Let's get in contact with Blunt. Let's see if he can bring it in.
Okay.
And who else could we call in? This should be pretty cut and dry when it's all prepared up.
It is.
Because a probable cause hearing is, here's the deal, here's what's up, and we go from there. And quite frankly, given all that, if they're like, nope, not enough, I'm gonna be like, all right, bet, enjoy corruption, guys.
I mean, at the end of the day, he can say, I didn't say these things, but why would a medic get a medical report? It's not reasonable. A reasonable person wouldn't.
Well, they're not gonna. I don't imagine in any reality are they expecting this to turn into a full court case. And that is something I highlighted, is that number one, I said, is a probable cause hearing even applicable, which I think is a big question, because I'm pretty sure without digging into legislation, it is specific to warrants.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
And therefore, this is not even legislatively appropriate as far as my understanding. But what I will say is, in lieu of the scheduling, well, okay, first we need to line someone up. That's the first thing. So we can get in contact with Blunt. The second bullet.
Okay.
Yeah. He's available as needed.
Okay, secondly.
Sorry, I was getting yes, we yeah, we should pull his shit. Well, actually,
Still on duty.
Lord have mercy. Okay. Okay. So first off, lining up someone to present it. Number two, we got to get these reports in as to what occurred, including but not limited to. In the post, we should mention it was stated to him. Number two, we should have available this report if necessary, detailing what occurred today, including, Daisy being present and the attempt to give the probable cause and the interruptions that occurred. Next, I'm going to also see if I can line someone up. Don't think that this is just on your shoulders. I'm going to, hit up Blunt, etc., see if he can come through.
Real quick, with that meeting, since Daisy was witness, should we not get her statement as well?
Yeah. We'll do that.
It's a marshal.
100%.
Right now, so she can't. So
yeah. We'll get. I'll work with her to get it. The next is, I think, simultaneously and in conjunction with this, I think we should challenge in a separate post in here the validity of using this tool, right? Which is the probable cause hearing. Make a ruling happen. If the DOJ decides this is the case, this will absolutely change the way we approach charging law enforcement. And it needs to be kind of clarified, like what they are actually about to do. Because if you can simply say, hey, give me everything prior to docket posting, you're opening the door for a lack of investigative tools and timeline to present an appropriate case. At that point, I will start advising us to arrest in the moment and say, go for appeal, too much evidence. Which I don't want to do.
I also don't want to do, but that's where we're going.
I don't think there's enough gears that have turned here, and I think it's important to highlight some of this, right? Which is why I think we need to start with the challenge of the legality of this and sort of hint. I wouldn't hyper outline like, hey man, we're going to start arresting folks, but rather challenge the legality of this. Because this is something that should, in my opinion, not be done on a whim, but rather requires discourse, right? What is convenient per pred is not convenient for the rest of San Andreas. And
and if everyone keeps saying that we should be treating everyone like everyone else, well, they're bound to get treated like everyone else.
Yep, exactly.
Blunt is more than likely not able to attend.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to reach Springfield, but it's probably too early for her.
Ooh, as a secondary?
Blunt, I'm not hinging on Blunt's availability. He says it's a bit too early for him. Because the more concessions I make with being outside of my availability, the more everyone will assume that I have that flexibility. And this is a
No,
very rare
that
circumstance
is
for me.
something that I need to shut down immediately because we're not going to play that game. And I made it very clear that even the I needed an hour yesterday. We couldn't get someone to stay around for an extra hour. That's not happening under my watch. Yeah, don't. If I'll put it this way, if you need to make a concession for this time, know that that will not happen next time, and that is a conversation that I'm going to have with the Chief Justice today, just in general, because that needs to be resolved now, given that this is now twice it's happened.
I mean, everyone else but me is available for it. That's the problem. So.
It's not because, and I'll explain it like this, is prosecutors are not interchangeable just as much as I'm not expecting to wake up one day like Flores has to wake up to deal with, you know, the moonshine stuff that Aldo is working on, or, you know, I know you guys have been working on some like gang warehouses, or that, you know, Aldo's waking up to do the Benji Ramos like random. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's doing a presentation for a different party is beyond unreasonable.
Okay, I sent a mass email to all marshals requesting if anyone's able to attend. I mean, it's very simple. Everything's already in the report. I even list the reason for the probable cause and everything.
Yep.
A probable cause hearing shouldn't be a full-blown court case. A probable cause hearing should be, well, this is not probable cause because of these reasons and blah, blah, blah. Everyone assumes it's a mini court case to prevent getting out of court, and they're dumb as shit because of it.
The only reason I'm ensuring we have someone available is due to what occurred in the ACR, right?
What was that specifically?
The scope of what was stated in the ACR went well beyond the scope of the ACR.
Oh, right, yeah.
And may have, and in my opinion, began to enter into there's quite literally statements and evidence that may affect the Bobby and Carmine case. And after that scope was wide open, the moment Ruth attempted to even question anything around it, they started to claim foul, and it was entertained to a degree. So
I'll reread over legislation and I'll file a motion to dismiss the injunction probably sometime today.
Okay.
Concerning a probable cause hearing as black letter law. So
if it was like another situation where they were, say they just wanted to bench a warrant, right? Like if a criminal is getting arrested in the cells and they want the probable cause of the judge just looks it over. There's no need for a hearing, and they say whether or not it has probable. Yeah, so why is there a hearing?
Yeah, I mean, that's
all Angel has to do is read it and then make the determination if the probable cause is valid or not for the suspension, and then that's it.
Exactly. Do you want to, like I said, we'll take right steps. I'll also get clarity on that. If she just wants it posted, that works as well. But I don't want you to people overheat given your current schedule, and we'll discuss. I don't want to keep you here longer than you need to be, the Sparks. All right.
Okay. Any
All
other
right.
reason
Easy.
anyone needs me for anything? Otherwise, I'm taking a flight out of here.
All right. Easy.
Go for gold.
All right. Okay. Easy. All right.
Apparently, Pred stormed into the meeting and said his rights were violated.
What meeting?
His rights were not violated.
The legislative meeting.
Oh, is that right?
His rights were violated, and he demanded a hearing / bench trial.
He is riding with Crystal Clear currently as the officer.
Oh, here's why. I know why I'm suggesting we need someone. Oh, he's available at 2 p.m. We can ask for it to be at 2 p.m. So let's cook the next hour. Let me see what I can do, and let me see if I can get Blunt in. The reason why yes, it is just a probable cause hearing, but the fact that the envelope and things are being tested right now, anything as simple as, but what about this thing? And a question comes up, and that prosecutor is not able to, or that representative of the probable cause is like, I'm not sure, right? That I'm not sure may be enough to say, well, maybe the probable cause is shaky, and then even though it shouldn't be. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll see how it all plays out. Sparks, relax, do your thing, and you know, I think we'll be good, gang. So
Sure. Is anyone on duty for the next 2 hours or less? That isn't
probably not.
I'll be still in my time to go.
Unsure, personally, because I am sick.
All right.
So
Yeah, no worries. Just if you
I
get
think we got a
curious,
game
if he's still
plan.
on duty, can you
I just want to ensure that there is someone present that can handle some of the curveballs, because we do not know. It is currently unknown whether there will be entertainment of like prodding into the
still in the officers as
specifics.
chief of police at CoP.
Yep. Oh yeah, we gotta let him know he needs to go off duty. So
I would love to do that if I could.
actually, that is something I would like you to post out, that we need. We're looking for a. You know, he needs to go off duty, right? And I would officially put that on the docket so it's on the record, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the injunction the suspension of the charges? Because if they get the injunction on the suspension, can he clock back in?
That's a great series of questions, which is why I'm even questioning why you should be having a probable cause hearing in the midst of a active investigation in which, you know what I'm saying? So yes, it should just be like, here's the probable cause, and then boom, boom. However,
All right, it's been posted.
Easy. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up.
I just took a screenshot of dispatch and put it there. Like, I'm just he needs to go. Is there a marshal that is handling the Dukakis statement?
Yes, I will handle that. I'm going to do that right after this.
All right.
I'm also going to find out if it's enough to just post it out, the probable cause, but I'd rather that be in the hearing, given that they want a hearing, and it's probably going to happen one way or another. So, we'll chat tonight, Sparks. Yep.
All right, Affirm. I'll see you in 6 hours.
All right. Talk to you in a bit. All right. Okay, easy enough. I think you are right, Nakota. Like, this should just be like, here's the probable cause, but you know, once again, it's
we all
like,
know why they want this, right? They want it so they can see everything and start poking holes in court before court.
That's exactly it. Yes. And also part of the issue here is, and it's unfortunate that there's sort of, we're in this, I've been calling it object permanence. It's not, I've been calling it, that is the word. Object permanence is like, you know that a ball exists on the couch, let's say, and then you forget 5 minutes later that there was a ball on the couch, and you just sit on it, and that's
why babies like peekaboo so much.
Yes. That's exactly it.
Because they don't have it until they're more developed.
Yeah. So you almost, in a way, we are in a what I've been learning very quickly is that we're in a time where object permanence doesn't exist with individuals. And so as such, you have to build that. Now, what do I mean in its applicability is that there's already a clear pattern of what is occurring, but it's kind of like, oh, don't know what's happening. I guess we got to do this thing. And it's like, now we have to go and explain like, hey, this is why things happen this way. Let me walk you through the steps, right?
Yeah, it's just like, it is very all that should be happening is Angel reads the report
Yo,
and
Wildflower,
says
thank you for the host.
there is or there is not enough probable cause to enforce the suspension. Like, there's no arguments to be made by Pred. There's no, well, this, that, or the other. It's quite literally the facts are either in favor of the suspension or the facts are not in favor of the suspension. Not, I'm going to start deconstructing your legal arguments before we're in court.
That's why
that would also be my interpretation of us needing to have probable cause to suspend. And if somebody doesn't believe that the marshals have probable cause to suspend, then the PC hearing should just go like any ordinary PC hearing at that point.
Yeah, that's why a judge should look at it. So to Nakota's point, they can't get a head start on the defense.
I agree. 100%.
It's ridiculous.
And I think, and that's how I interpret it as well, to be fair.
Is that we're providing the PC to the judge and only the judge, but not the defense?
Yeah, otherwise you just post it to the docket and fucking do the trial tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not suggesting that I'm not saying we should do that. I'm saying logistically that is what we should do then if that's what they want.
Yes, should we get clarity? I think, should we ask the Chief Justice come through, get some clarity on it so we understand who we need? Because if that's all it is, then that clears up a lot of confusion, I think, really quickly.
And that's my understanding of when you bench it, like you bench anything judicially in the state. Is there probable cause? Yes or no? If not, then he remains on duty. If there is, then he's suspended.
And he's suspended until trial. It's literally that simple. I agree.
Okay, let's do it.
Because if it's literally that simple, then I don't understand why they couldn't just look at the stuff today if they want it done today. Like,
are you available?
Review the PC shit today.
But there is absolutely and unequivocally no need for Pred to be at the hearing or his legal representation.
Shit's crazy, man. I don't know why things keep changing,
I wouldn't say it's changing. I think it's the more fair approach is we're on untreaded waters, right?
Yeah.
And we are simply in I don't want to use the phrase like fog of war, but rather, but it's the closest thing I can think of is we have a general idea where we need to get to, but because there is a new fog, what we may know may no longer be true, right? And therefore we need to assess and reformulate. And we're effectively beta testing the DOJ and simultaneously the new DOJ, but also beta testing, how to suspend people. And,
and I
but
would
it's
also,
not just a learning lesson for us. It's an important point to kind of pave our points and be very communicative of these things, right?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go get food. I'll be back.
Like, I would argue, based on what I had heard previously, if Pred felt so strongly about these things, why was there no injunction filed on Bobby and Carmine's behalf?
Yeah. I think a defense using the tools that they have is important just as much as it is equally important. And this is kind of why I said, hey, Sparks, you should challenge this, right?
Yeah.
Because it's important to debate whether these things are even valid. I do think it's valid that, hey, was there PC? But I think a hearing, the hearing is what I'm confused with. Us presenting to a judge the PC, I'm not confused with, right?
That is the big thing that I don't understand is anytime someone has ever challenged a bench or benched a warrant, you send it to the judge. They tell you whether there's enough probable cause to validate the warrant, or in this case, the suspension. And if there, like I said, if there is, great. If it's deemed there isn't, then it goes onto the docket and, he'll have his day in court anyway, and it just won't be suspended. I just don't think it's, I think the actual, like you said, learning what the actual necessary and legal steps are is important going forward. So as not to just, I think everyone should be able to be treated equally. I don't think just because Pred's chief of police allows him to have an injunction and he gets to have a hearing before his court case, unlike anybody else.
That's why I was pissed. Like, yo, hey.
Yeah, and
that's
like I said,
why I was kind of like, huh? Like, wait, hold up. Wait, are we affording this to everyone in the city? Like, do we know what this means? Like,
if Angel says, I don't believe there's enough probable cause to justify a suspension, okay, so be it. Like, that's not the end of the world. It is what it is, and at least we know going forward what there needs to be.
Yeah. Okay. I got clarity. We are able to, if necessary, remove his access. I'm getting further clarity now. Once again, I'm only doing this because this is a nebulous area of who owns the MDT and these magical little, like, you know, IT thingies. But we have the prerogative to take action as needed. If we say head nod, they're going to do this versus we are actionably doing it. I think we should actionably do it so we're not giving ourselves a further headache, right? I'm going to elaborate on this, right? Someone accidentally remains on duty and we're like, oh, well, why did they do X, Y, and Z? It's not worth having those debates. It's not conducive to anything. So save everyone the headache. Just, you know, remove the shit. Is there an access not granted tag? I think there is, right? Let me see.
In MDT?
Yeah. Oh, he went off duty. Perfect. Yeah, I think there's like a no access tag. Oh, wait, there's a new button.
Oh, the docket button?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's new today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, shit. Yo! This is sick.
Yep.
This is sick. Oh my God.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head down to Davis.
You want to go get out there, or are you dipping?
I might take a break for a little bit, and then I might come back around.
All right, I'll head down with you guys. Or we'll be back, Brian. Still don't have keys?
All right, let me get my statement in real quick. Okay, let me write this down so I don't lose. One, Blunt can make it. Aim for a schedule for for 2 p.m. ET. 2. Sparks to make to challenge probable cause hearing. Provide PC to judge. Clarity on whether PC can be openly challenged and and openly challenged and dissected in advance of a judicial matter. Judicial proceeding. Note this directly alters, directly means law enforcement arrests will be immediate. Yo, I don't want to do this. God damn it. Will be immediate and treated like warrants. Oh my God, this is going to be such a shit show. This is going to be such a shit show. I need to find alternatives to this, but this is what it means. And I want to break this down. Feel free, anyone in chat, to like question this. I brought it up in here, and I don't think I'm wrong here, right? Is we're going to start effectively. It's going to be so shit for cops. And that's what, look, I'm trying to be reasonable here. I genuinely am. But this kind of seems like, we're not really, we may not immediately be thinking about all these, the bigger picture here is, if you can effectively open the door for a probable cause hearing, which I think having a review, like for example, a warrant, you can have a review of the PC, right? And what happens is, I'll tell you right now, like, let's say someone had a warrant for something. Yeah, exactly. I got to point out the hard truth. And I think that's why I'm immediately opening up the dialogue instead of saying, hey, we're going to concede to this, right? A surprise Pikachu motion. That is okay. So let me break something down, right? The decision for a probable cause hearing, in my opinion, was a decision made ad hoc, right? I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it was just simply based on the timeline. I don't think it was fully necessarily thought through. I think at a high level, it makes sense. But as a cause and effect level, I don't think it has, but we have the tool to do it. Now, this may come across as we're like overdoing it or whatever this like predlog bullshit is. Even though, right, let me just say openly, I think IA doesn't work, and we're seeing why it doesn't work in 4K right now. And we have been seeing it in 4K for a while because the only thing that IA has effectively done is allow for further corruption and hiding, and it, it's actually fucking crazy. So with that being said, I think because we got the tools, I think I'm going to get Sparks to put that argument up, and that's going to force a discussion, and a discussion that's going to happen IC, and it's well within the framework of the system, right? Hey, is this even a thing? We challenge it. Does that mean that Pred suspension gets delayed? Absolutely. However, it opens the door for getting clarity of the law. Now, it's important to note the following. that in absence of this, because I think it's important to highlight the concerns. At the end of the day, we may be found to be wrong, and that's okay. That's the beauty of a debate, right? It's two sides presenting some things, and presenting some things, unlike what may have been said in roleplay, that's not how it works in real life, is, and I'll paint you the picture, is there's one side, there's a second side, and middle ground doesn't mean you come here. That's not what that means, right? You find something that makes sense. You may end up landing over here. You may end up landing over here. You could land all the way on the extremities, but absent all the concerns being put forward and all the, cause and effects, a rational decision can't really be made, or at least a fully thoughtful one. And so we should use this opportunity to kind of present that forward.
Oh my god. Hello.
Okay.